All right, today's lesson, GoMath 13.2, we're going to continue our area of polygons. And just one note, when you guys are giving your answers on your homework, can you guys just give the steps to get there? You don't have to show all your work to the side, but can you at least show what you're multiplying by in the line? And I'll give you a few examples of what I'm talking about here. All right, so today what we're going to look at is how do we find the area of a triangle. So this is going to have a specific formula. All right, so if we were in class, maybe this is something we could do with grid paper, but this is what GoMath wants you to take away from this lesson. All right, so if we are trying to calculate the area of a triangle there, take a look at how the triangle is related to the shape. And what we have is a rectangle, and as you guys saw on that last problem on the assignment yesterday, all right, you have to find the area of the rectangle, and that is your length times your height, or the base times the height, depending on how you want to look at it. And what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the bottom, and then we have 3 going across. All right, so if our shape was a rectangle, it would be 21. But as you see here, it's actually not a rectangle. It is a triangle. All right, so there's 2 triangles on the inside. All right, so the area of your shape, your triangle, would be 21 divided by 2. All right, which is 10 and 1/2, 10.5, depending on how you want to look at it. And this is the formula now that we're going to have. It's going to be 1/2 base times height. All right, so if we plug in our numbers from before, all right, it would be 1/2 7 times 3, and that's how you would show your work, and then you would put your answer. All right, so that's what we're looking at today is this formula. It's 1/2 base times height, and you're going to be using that in different ways. All right, so take a look here. All right, we don't have any examples of the rectangle, but you could find that, right? You could enclose it inside of a rectangle and then take 1/2 of it, but they want you to see there that the dotted line is the height of your rectangle. All right, so here's another example. All right, so you see here, this is not a right triangle. It has 2 outer triangles on the outside. You would do it the same thing. You would still find how many units B is on the base, and then you would have to find that height right there, which is 1, 2, 3. It's a little hard to see from the right side there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the height of the triangle is 5, and then it's just a matter of plugging your numbers in. So just going across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that one is mental math, hopefully. Sorry for the mess. 1/2, 10 times 5. Do the fact to the right, 10 times 5. Take 1/2 of it, so you would have 25 square units. All right, so that's how we get to our formulas now, and there it is. There's our famous triangle formula, and what you're going to do now is just compute for each of these. All right, it's a pretty standard day today. Make sure you're taking 1/2 of that. So let's look at example 1. What do we have? All right, so 1/2 base times height. I'm just going to plug in my numbers. What do I have for my base? My base is 20. My height is 8. And now I'm going to take 1/2 of it. All right, so again, you could do it 2 ways. Since it's order of operations, when it's timesing, it doesn't matter which order you do it in. So I would do this. I would take 1/2 of the 8. That makes it simpler, right? That would be 4. And now 4 times 20 is 80. You could do it the other way, of course. Half of 20 is 10. 10 times 8 is 80. What do I have now? I have square meters. That's how I would write it. Okay, next example. So you can see, we'll just go to number 3 here. You can see the height of it's a little bit different triangle look. And so we're going to take 1/2. Right? Our height would be 14. Our base would be 8.5. Take 1/2 of 14, that's 7. And I'm going to times by 8.5. And then I'll just show my work here. So 59. If you guys want to use a calculator to do some of these harder ones, it's fine, but I would like you guys again to show your work for this. This is how you would do it then on your assignment. You would just do 1/2, put them in parentheses, 8.5 times 14. And then you'd write your answers, square inches. All right, so word problems. All right, you have pretty much basics today. You're going to be given a base and a height inside of it. So kind of a cool looking pyramid here in Kazakhstan, right? And so you would find the area of that, you have 1/2. What's the base? It's 12. What's the height? 10.4. All right, I'm going to take 1/2 of 12, that's 6. And I'm just going to put that right underneath here just to save space. So 4, carry the 2. 0 times 6 plus 2 is 2. 6 times 1, and then I'm going to have one place after the decimal, so 62.4. That one's done for you, as you can see, square meters. All right, guided practice, so take a look. They're breaking it down. How do you go from formula to solving? What's my base? I'm going to write it to the side here. 1/2, my base is 14, and then my height is 8. All right, so 1/2 for 14 would be 7. 7 times 8, 56 square inches. All right, looking at this example, a pennant in the shape of a triangle has a base of 12 inches and a height of 30 inches. All right, what is the area? So if I'm going to match this to scale, you'll see I was going to put the 30 here, right? But that doesn't make sense because the 30 is less than the 12. So I would then rewrite those numbers, right? This would be, my base is 12, and then my height would be this way, and that would be 30. All right, so take 1/2 of 12, so that's going to be, I'll write my numbers first, 12 and 30. 1/2 of 12 is 6. 6 times 30, hopefully mental math, fact in the front, 0 at the end, 180 square inches. How do you find the area of the triangle? You need to find the base, find the height, and then times the 2 and take 1/2. All right, so we're going to save independent practice for the next day, but we're going to practice on a worksheet. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll set the Zoom time up again if anybody wants to come in. I had 3 people yesterday. It was great to work with you. If anybody wants to take advantage of that time, come right ahead. All right, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.